Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great start of the week so far. The market is not having the greatest start, but it's all right. Wanted to talk about that. Wanted to kind of prepare you for today, looking at what's possible and doing a full update on Bitcoin. We'll talk briefly about some news or like news, fundamental related business, which you do need to know. And then we'll talk about the altcoins. But so far, the market this morning has not been great. I mean, what we've seen is that altcoins have started to perform a bit better, but over the course of the morning, we're not doing great. As you can see right here, very correlated and also bearish. Because what you saw, to start off with the fundamentals here, is that the Bitcoin dominance was going up quite a bit. All right, so that means that altcoins are suffering. The altcoin market, as you can see right here, also dropped down a fair bit. One of the biggest drops, I would say, since kind of the end of November when we had that bearish period of time. But overall, fundamentals, and I already said this yesterday in my Bitcoin video, like there was never much doubt that Bitcoin was going to hold up. All right, because if you take a look at the dollar strength index, that is still relatively bearish in my eyes. The USDT dominance is also still following a downtrend. The stock markets, as right now at least, are still doing great. So that's all ridiculously bullish for crypto and for Bitcoin. So fundamentally, there never was a worry. But obviously, it is a possibility that the Bitcoin dominance goes up quite a bit, which we predicted since yesterday already. And then altcoins will still suffer. Now, if we look at Bitcoin specifically, that doesn't matter. Right? Bitcoin so far has been able to hold this level right here at 98,000, 97,000, which is our main support, very, very well. We got some strong support from there this morning. And then also, again, new support later this afternoon. So I'm not worried about Bitcoin. We can still be volatile. The US markets are opening in 20 minutes, and I do expect volatility. Especially also since there are some, or at least there's one fundamental, which is slightly bearish, and that's the Coinbase Bitcoin premium. Which has gone into a discount since this morning. It is trying to get into a premium again today. We must see it go into a premium in the US session today if we want bullish markets today. All right. So that is something to watch, and that is also like if it's going into a discount. So basically, if the US investors start selling off Bitcoin, then it's a possibility that we'll still have some spikes down, and that could be absolutely disastrous for altcoins. All right, so be ready for that. In the end, volume and capital is still flowing into the markets after a relatively quiet weekend, and the Bitcoin dominance has also, or so far I would say, is also still quite bullish. So for Bitcoin, worst case scenario, we spike down a bit here, but I do think Bitcoin will be able to hold its own here, hold its support level, consolidate. We heard some news about Sailor buying Bitcoin as well. That so far hasn't really done anything. I don't think that will still do anything to the price, except for if he's going to buy Bitcoin again. But that is usually something he does later in the week. So we might be able to spot that. For now, I think Bitcoin will be stable. I also don't really see any reason why it would have a bullish breakout. All right, so those are my thoughts on Bitcoin. Like I said, what the altcoin market will do depends largely on the Bitcoin dominance. And what I would advise in general is wait for that US opening. If the US opens bullish and we see bullish momentum return, aka just in general, altcoins start to move up again. But outside of that, we also get into a Coinbase Bitcoin premium again. Then it's fine. Bitcoin dominance will probably drop down then, and we'll have opportunities. If that's not the case, if the Bitcoin dominance starts to go up towards 56.5 and 57%, then I would just stay away from altcoins, or at least stay away from trading leverage on them. Buying them spot, I still think is fine for the next month, for the next couple of months, but be careful with that leverage until we actually have that bullish confirmation after the US opening. So, but talking about altcoins, if you look at some strong altcoins right now, it's a very mixed bag, right? You have Athena, Ondo. So now I'm just naming them because these are the strongest right now. But you have Athena, Ondo, Token, Alt Layer, Aave, Boom, and Pepe. So there are quite a few meme coins in here. As you can see, Dogs as well, which is from the Ton ecosystem. So meme coins as a narrative seems to be performing quite well. And that's also seen right here. All right, so here you can see all the different narratives. And for most of the narratives, all of the coins are underperforming Bitcoin for the last 7 hours or so. And then the only narrative where you actually have some coins outperforming Bitcoin is the meme coin narrative, right? So that is something I do think we need to keep into consideration as a good narrative. And then when we're talking about volume here, there are some coins that are interesting in terms of volume as well. Nero was gaining a huge amount of volume. It's a very difficult coin to trade, very volatile, but that's definitely one to keep your eyes on. So that's the Nero CTO version, I believe. Outside of that, like I said, Dogs still bullish. AVAX and Link were quite bullish last week. I think if Bitcoin actually opens bullish, or if the US session opens bullish, those can perform well as well. Turbo still very strong, also still holding its own. And UX Link was a coin that I was keeping my eyes on earlier today. Bit of a scam coin, but if that's able to break above this level here at 72, 71 cents, I think that's an opportunity as well, at least. But that's what I think you need to know for now. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Don't forget the inflation rate data on Wednesday. But for now, have a great day, have a great Monday, and I'll see you all in my next videos. Bye.